All right. I think this is me now. All right, we had our usual shambles of I think you weren't hearing me again at all for the first period, but I do have a thumbs up from Big Boss Man Punchy. And yeah, you would have seen for yourself that you're joining me with the score now. 3-0 Cones. Swamp Donkeys had the early running for that first 2.5 minutes, but the Cones have turned it around, made it an even game in terms of, you know, the balance of play, but absolutely lopsided on the scoreboard, really making the most of their opportunities with, I believe, 3 goals on 8 shots. The scoreboard a little bit slow to update because, of course, we've really reached sort of the dog days of the Hockey House's crew. We've got a bunch of Hockey House members with NZIHL duty, Ferns and Steel training, and we've just got other perennial beer leaguers like myself with AHL games across town. In fact, I'll just be covering the one game today, then rushing across town for the Hawks title defense. Chris Noble just taking a huge piece of Kyle Kaliniak. Good thing we wear shin pads in this game, or else Kaliniak might have lost a stick into his shins. Glasman just buzzing around, trying to drag his team back into this game. Still the smoothest skater. Shot on goal there from Paul. Even if it's far out, he's still made Narayan work, so there'll be another one on the stat sheet. As mentioned when no one could hear me, I'm commentating by myself for now, but we've got the big boss man, Cam Punchy Green, doing many duties. Eventually he'll get rid of that green light, and he's helping his family out with scoreboard. And he's doing a bit of in-mic announcing, but in arena announcing, but you may have him come back and join me on the 2-seat, which would be nice. But until then, in case I run out of stuff to talk about, I've been told YouTube comments weren't working. Got told that by one of Jaden Pert's family members who were enjoying the coverage of Game 1 of the VHL Finals on Thursday. But otherwise, drop me some stuff to talk about. If you're in either of my hockey teams, use either group chat or DM me if you know me personally. Or if you're a Hockey House fan who doesn't know me personally, head to the Hockey House Facebook. Get involved, comment on the Facebook post with the link to this game on YouTube. Look up Hockey House NZ on Facebook if you don't know how to find that, and you'll figure it out. Ty Renton heading to the box now, letting his opinion of the call count, but unfortunately for him, I've never seen a debate between player and ref result in the ref actually turning around and saying, actually, you're right, don't bother going in the box. And that streak of generally how hockey works continues now with Renton having to take his seat for at least 2 minutes. Swamp Donkeys with crucial power play to try and solve the brick wall of Emery and get back into this game. Still plenty of time left in the game if they can get there first on the board. A great opportunity now. Joel and Morrill working it off the board. Oh, big clash in front. Kaliniak knocking the net loose. Kaliniak's a big man, and he ran into an equally big man of Eric Richardson, except referee Somerville has said that Eric Richardson took a little bit of a liberty going for that in that clash. So we've got 2 minutes body checking to Eric Richardson with not much time gone in that Ty Renton penalty. Only about 30 seconds gone in that Ty Renton penalty. Cones call the timeout to get their defense in order. Probably just a little bit of a rest and a regroup, but the Swamp Donkeys will have a minute and a half at the 5-on-3, which will be absolutely crucial for them. They'd want to pot at least one to get back into this game.
The first of his VHL career, number 7 on Brad Barnes. This is number 49, Seth Butterfield, and number 55, Eric Richardson. Time of the goal, 14-40.
We've just heard from See it. You'll have just heard from Punchy. The Cone's third goal scored by number 74, Brad Barnes. It's his first of his BHL career. Hell of a time to score it, but never mind about that. The Swamp Donkeys have gotten one of these penalties back. Oh, really? God, it's always some sort of shambles. I got told audio wasn't working, but not the stream itself. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Looks like it should be. Probably. I spent 2 periods of the game on Thursday talking to myself, so why not just do it again today?
Number 6, Kieran Stupler. Assistant number 77, Ant Bruford. And number 66, Rob Boone.
Oh no, it's going. It's just in a really weird place. Like it's titled completely wrong, but hopefully, I don't know. I'll see if the link on the Facebook is actually going to the right place. Could be a good start as well. Oh. Okay. Could you please tell Punchy that the link on the Facebook isn't going to the right place, but the game is actually, maybe just take my phone down and show them where the game's actually playing and see if that means anything to it. Okay. I think most of you can hear me out there, but there's apparently, this is playing for a really weird part of the internet and the link on the Facebook page is wrong or something. I might just drop in a comment on the Facebook page, a link. I just figured out I'll put that as a comment in on the post. And anyone who's actually listening can listen to me try and figure this out. All right. Apparently, we've got a game working just in the wrong location, so that's been a bit of a... It's always fun and interesting here at Hockey House. Couple of comments here from the Swamp Donkeys' very own Jamie Whitehead. We'd expect to see you on the ice, so for whatever reason you're not here, we hope you're well and doing fine and wishing you all the best. Obviously, I'm sure that you want to see your team doing slightly better on the ice. All right, I've just been told off mic about the reason why, but I'm not going to throw him under the proverbial bus on the commentary. But I did get told by some people that off mic comments from Pipsy were still heard on my mic. So for those of you who picked that up from our camera person extraordinaire, it is what it is, and you heard what you heard. Back to 5-on-5. My sanity not really quite back at all, but still doing our best. Glasman picking it up, looping around, finding a man briefly in the middle before that, of course, got Fumble City. It's worked out all right, though. Click-clack on the attack, but no puck in the rack. And the cones will once again relieve pressure through icing. Any interest on promoting the Steel upcoming season and the Ferns World Championships and all those sort of things? Oh, you just put that on and answer things that I say. Yeah. Will work. All right, I'm joined by Alex Hefford. Thank you for joining me and saving me from solo commentary once again. As you might have heard, because these mics pick up a lot, you've both got the World Championships coming up and the Steel. I don't know where to start, but I think I'll go with the World Champs. We'll go Ice Ferns first and work our way backwards. How excited are you will this be your first time doing a World Champs on home ice?
Yeah, it will be, which is really exciting. Ooh, that was a good shot. Yeah, which will be really good. We're looking forward to it. It'll be great to be able to play with Lachlan, and our whole family's coming down to watch, which will be really good.
Yeah, of course. I can imagine it must be exciting for them as well. 'Cause tournament aside, you probably don't get a lot of home games full stop, do you?
Not really. Like, we get to play a bit with the Steel, which is great. And the Steel season has increased in size this year, which is really exciting to see the development in women's hockey. But yeah, no, we usually travel away for the international games, so it'll be really cool to be able to play on home ice and have the crowd supporting us and everything. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure it's exciting times. Have you do you know of much planned in terms of when the Ice Blacks had their recent series against Australia? They sort of visited a couple of kids learn to plays and that sort of thing. Do you know if you'll be doing anything of that either in the build-up or during the tournament itself?
Yeah, well, with the Steel, I think we're planning to see some of the Learn to Play games in May, I believe it is. But in terms of Dunedin, I believe we're planning to go down to some of the schools and things like that to see some of the kids down there and support women's sport and women's hockey and increase the growth of our sport. So hopefully that all goes ahead and goes well.
Yeah, what I've kind of noticed with the Steel and through their social media is that there seems to be a big movement, more so than any of the guys really, that there is a real sort of sticking together and supporting women in sport. Like I've seen you at women's cricket games, and I think basketball women have come to your games. What's the account that's through, and sort of, I don't know, what are your thoughts on why that's so important?
Yeah, there's New Zealand Sport, Women's Sports, I think it is, on Instagram. They're awesome. They organized for a lot of us to go and watch some of the games and things like that for different sports, which is really cool. But I think just in general, the women... Oh, sorry, I thought there was going to be a breakaway.
No worries.
In general, the women in the Auckland Steel, we actually just really enjoy watching women's sport of any kind. Yeah, so it's really good, and we're lucky we have a lot of girls in the team that are very talented with social media, and so they love to support. Oh,
yeah,
close.
I think I've said this before. I think last time I did one of these games, I got Brooke to step in and I had a bit of a chat to her, and I said that I'm like, sorry, boys, like the girls' social media is so much better.
It is, yeah.
And nothing's changed in the year or so since Brooke and I had that chat. So I'm still kind of saying that, throwing down the gauntlet, hoping that some of the guys will hear this, get mad, and maybe be forced to up their game as a result. But
yeah, and I think it's good as well. The women really, we want to see development, we want to see growth. So everybody's quite on board with helping out with things like that, which is, yeah, that's good. It's all a teamwork, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Swamp Doggies almost pulled themselves back to within one right on the buzzer. Yeah, what are your thoughts in a game like this where, say you're a team like Swamp Donkeys that have really been running through the competition most of the season, have just run into a hot goalie at like the absolute wrong time of year?
Oh yeah, that's definitely happened with the Steel a few times, or a star player that's popped on every now and then. It's hard. You have to not let it rattle you and just play your own game. Don't focus on the goalie and just focus on moving the puck as a team, and then
Yeah. It's a funny one
Shoot
for
them.
hockey culturally, I think, and the same thing. Like, I used to play football, and the same cultural things exist there, where people hate it if the goalie's real good. There's some sort of feeling of unfairness.
Yeah.
But if you had the superstar centre who scored a hat-trick every game and was miles better than anyone on the team they played for, no one would really bat an eyelid in the same way.
totally.
It wouldn't really
And
be
it's-
discussed or centred on.
I find it's quite easy to get caught up in the details of one person, but
Yeah.
you got to remember they're still just a person, and they're going to also make mistakes, and we got to capitalize on those mistakes. So
Yeah, for sure. I think
find the weaknesses and abuse them, basically.
I think like 9 out of the Swamp Donkeys' first 10 shots were straight at his emblem, and I've never played goalie in my life, but if you put them straight at my chest, I might be able to stand still and stop them. So probably
Oh, yeah.
probably help. But
Goalie is not for me. I'll leave that up to Lachlan.
Score 26-11. Alfred has always coming through in the city. Spencer Everly has shut the door.
yeah.
It's a 3-1 lead.
Sorry. Can't really hear you much over punch anyway, but never mind. Tell me a little bit more about the expansion of the Steels, well, the NZW IHL all in together. Were you a driver of that, or just pleased to see it?
Wasn't a driver, but definitely a happy participant of it. Looking forward to being able to play more rounds. So I believe the season doubled compared to last year, and
Yeah.
there's been changes to the finals as well, which is really like great for our in-season. Sorry, this is hard. I'm getting distracted by the game that's in front of us as well.
No,
So-
that's fine. I think that's what most viewers are actually, funnily enough, here for. But I'm just a huge believer in the Steel and the Ferns. So basically, anytime I see one of you around, I'm going to hijack what I'm doing to give you the opportunity to
give
promote
us
yourselves.
a little plug in there.
Yeah, for
no,
sure.
so I believe what's happening now is if you win the season, if regular season for women's, it gives you an advantage into finals.
Okay.
Whereas in the last couple of years, it's never been like that.
Yeah. Do you know what that advantage is? This isn't me being a TV person and knowing, but being like, tell the audience. I genuinely don't know, and I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, if you win first place, like the Auckland Steel did last year, then you automatically graduate to finals.
Okay.
Just like in the NZIHL.
Yeah, cool.
Compared to before, if you
But they've
one,
still picked
it
the
kind of
final
didn't-
weekend, right?
Yeah, the finals is still in Dunedin, but it's first, and then they'll have a semifinals round, which will be second versus third.
Yeah.
So compared to before, it used to just be everybody went into round robin for finals. So you could win the season and then lose finals because you have some bad games.
Yeah. I kind of like, it does get, I really hope Dunedin finish higher than fourth, because that could get awkward.
Yeah.
If we're incorporating 3 teams now and
Yeah.
not, and so that's,
But I might be wrong. I've been quite distracted with Ice Ferns preparation, so I need to look more into what we're doing for the women's season. All I know is we're going to Queenstown this weekend, and we're going to give it our all.
yeah, should be. I'm really happy to see the women's season expanded. I've really, for some viewers out there might recognize this voice from somewhere, I'm occasionally the voice of announcements for both men and women at rinks here in Auckland.
Yeah,
And
no.
I've really genuinely enjoyed most of the Steel games, because it kind of, in a microcosm, reminded me of the women's football tournament, where it was like incredibly competitive and a great standard of product on the ice in your case, or pitch in theirs, but also just kind of like a little bit more, the only way to say it is more pure than the men's game, where sometimes there's like, just a little either anger from the stands or too much drinking or aggro, but also I don't know, just the way you girls kind of line up and support each other after games, and you've been battling hammer and nails for the whole thing.
It's really great that we get support from everyone. So thank you so much for always being on our side and in our corner. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think one part about women's hockey that's so special is that no matter what team is playing who, everybody has the women's best interest at heart. So a lot of the girls we end up playing together for Ice Ferns or in other home teams or like home establishments like BHL, for example. So it's just really great that no matter what people are doing, we all are supportive despite when we have to play against each other. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I might flick back to the Ice Ferns. Obviously, because of the divisioning system, you've got a 6-team division coming up. So you'll be familiar with at least 4 of the opponents coming up in this year's tournament. Which ones are you sort of the most familiar with? And I don't know, looking forward to playing the most for whatever reason?
Well, we've played Turkey for many years in a row now. We've both stayed in the division quite a few times and kind of fluctuating between 3rd or 4th or 2nd and kind of flicking through. And I think Hong Kong has stayed for a few years. We definitely played them last year. We won against Hong Kong, but not by enough points to then beat them out of the bronze medals, which was a shame. So looking forward to that rematch. Belgium is going to be a tough. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Belgium is going to be a tough team. They're, I believe, the team that got relegated and is coming down to play us.
Oh, so they're coming down from the division above and
Yeah.
be obviously looking to exert themselves and just get straight back up, and you'll have
Yeah.
different ideas.
We'll see how that goes. And
Yeah.
then I know a few years ago the women played Belgium, and it was tough against them. So we've got our work cut out for us. And then the Ukraine have come up, I believe, from the division below. So that will be interesting. I haven't played the Ukraine before in my career of New Zealand women's ice hockey. So, ooh.
Oh, got a Swamp Donkeys goal to Jeremy Glasman, just getting all over the ice, incredibly active defenseman, probably one of the...
Oh, they're calling it no goal over there.
Oops.
On the play is no goal due to goaltender interference.
See-
I'm pretty sure Kyle got knocked down in that, though. Shouldn't that be a penalty?
Probably. I think that's what he's saying now. See, that's why I brought you up here, not just to promote yourself, but also just for your superior powers of observation. I think your eyes are about 15 years younger than mine, so we'll keep you up here to notice the fact that I clearly couldn't see a hand in the air.
Yeah, and then our last team we're playing will be awesome. Well, they're not last in our tournament, but the last team I haven't talked about. Oh, we've got another penalty coming against Kyle. So, yeah, he did probably get knocked down the first time.
Yeah, well, we got there in the end, didn't we? It didn't get the penalty he wanted the first time and just stayed there until someone chopped him down once again. I should probably pause this clock. So many jobs of one person to do at once. I'll just start it later.
Oh, there's a lot of confusion going on here. Who's in the box? Someone decide.
There always
Lots
is.
of pointing.
I was just saying on the microphone before when Ty was trying to convince Rock that a penalty that wasn't, that I've been involved with hockey in different sports, and never once have I seen the discussion of that's not a penalty, ref, turn and the ref actually being like, oh, actually, I can see it from your point of view and you're correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you always try anyway.
I've had a few boys in the BHL try and claim that I got a penalty against them when they weren't even on the ice. So it happens everywhere.
Yeah, that one could be tough. I think that's what the Cones' strategy was.
Oh! Spencer just swung his stick and tried to hit him, but he missed. That was spooky. That could have been a bit dangerous.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where you're kind of like, do we get a penalty for attempted slashing?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Simpsons quote about attempted murder and there being no Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry? That'll be what Spencer's aiming for
these
there.
donkeys, they really want it, don't they? Look at them go for it.
Again, that is the big freaking beard. Again, it's a massive beard. Just got out.
Yeah, viewers at home, the game clock's out a little bit, but I'm trying to do too many clocks at once, so
And I'm
just
distracting
minus about 17 seconds off what you're seeing on the screen, and it'll kind of come right at some point. But most importantly, well, you can't see the penalty time either, but there's about a minute and a half left, I guess, of the Swamp Donkeys with a crucial penalty, attempting to get their way back into it. also, I mentioned how Glasman's probably one of the smoothest skaters on the back line for the Swamp Donkeys. I've been incredibly impressed with how well your Steele and Ferns teammate Ashley Richmond is just getting absolutely all over the ice. And the minutes she's eating up, considering I won't mention too much of people's personal lives on a broadcast, but I'm sure her head's probably not in an ideal place today.
Oh, yeah. Well, we did have a bit of a crazy night last night. I'm sure Lachlan won't mind, but it was her bachelorette party last night. Ashley's one of Lachlan's bridesmaids along with me, and so we went out and had a little boogie and a couple drinky lalas, so not too bad. I think today we both got up at 6:30, not Lachlan. Before 6 actually, 5:40, and went and skated this morning. So this is Ashley's second skate of the day.
Wow.
Because she's just an absolute beast and an athlete.
That's also the exuberance of youth. See, I'm 43 and I went to Shehad a couple of weeks ago and I almost cancelled a stand-up comedy gig that started at 7 p.m. And was a 10-minute walk away from my apartment.
See, I mean, you say that, but I'm 27 and Ashley is pushing 30 this year, so.
Yeah, that is, I promise you there's a difference between all night drinking at 27 and 43 because there's only one person on this commentary call who's done both.
This is, you know what? I'll learn from your experience, your wisdom.
Yeah.
You're like an owl.
It's unfortunately one of the only subjects that I can talk with too much wisdom on is hangovers and possibly should have known better, but.
Man, Spencer's having a really great game tonight. What are our shots at? 33 to 11?
He has a good game every game. He's basically a brick wall at this level despite the one. I'm still wearing the battle scars of my Boucheron's first round exit at the hands of these cones. We had about 80 shots across 3 games. That was enough to earn 1 goal.
Oh my gosh. And was this against Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer and the cones. So it's pretty tough nut to crack for us as it turned out. And I think I said, due to the technical difficulties we always have, I'm like, what have I said when I was talking to literally myself and no one could hear me, and what am I repeating for the audience? But he's now going back to back the whole way because the Le Castors have picked him up as their goalie for the rest of the finals.
That's right.
So he's back to back every game, and he'll be playing at least 4 games in each, being that both series are tied at 1-1 and now effectively a best of 3 in each case.
Wow.
So he'll be getting plenty of ice time. And still, obviously his save percentage isn't as high at BHL level, but it's still pretty impressive. He's putting up decent, respectable numbers at BHL level. So then when he sees,
it's quite a jump from FHL to BHL. You're getting shots against some of the best, men and women in New Zealand. So.
But he's still putting up respectable numbers in that. So FHL, the puck basically looks like a beach ball to him.
Well, actually, Lachlan playing FHL, she tells me that sometimes FHL can almost be a little bit more challenging because the shots are very unpredictable. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, my shot's unpredictable, but the fact that it moves about 50k slower than Vinny's might help with the unpredictability of it.
I don't think anybody has as hard of a shot as Vinny.
Yeah, I picked the most extreme example for, effect, but the speed difference wasn't an exaggeration.
Yeah, this is... facts be facts,
Sorry, pardon me?
Facts are facts.
Yeah, exactly. Can't deny it. Oh. I was just gonna... The Swamp Donkeys are basically trying to go full Sean Avery at this point, and we even tried that at one point and it didn't work.
Well, the Donkeys have had a good amount of possession in the offensive zone this last period.
Yeah, they were camped there for the first 2.5 minutes, and then the cones just struck too quickly. I'm not sure if you're in the building when that happened.
No, I wasn't. Not quite yet.
But yeah, the first 2.5 minutes of the game was basically Swamp Donkeys in that zone, and they didn't leave until they gave away a penalty, which obviously, as you know, moves the face-off. But then the Cones scored about 10 seconds into that power play and then scored another one even strength about 30 seconds later. So
and that's all it
it's
takes,
really incredible.
Right?
That penalty itself, an incredible shift of momentum. Ooh. They might have still been camped in that zone the whole period were not for the period. Punchy really liked that song so much we got a bit more of it, but sometimes that happens.
It gets confusing down there in the score bench.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it can do.
There's a lot of moving parts.
And, you know, I think, as I mentioned before, it's a real family affair, which is why I guess Punchy hasn't come back here, because he had 2 of his family members who had never done it before, and a finals game is a hell of a baptism of fire
Absolutely.
for first-time score bench, so he left me to go sort that out. And
It's great that his family's so involved, though. It can be very difficult to find volunteers, especially when it comes to the playoffs, because, that was a risky play by the goalie there. Especially for the playoffs to find volunteers, because a lot of the volunteers are no longer participating. So
yeah, of course, they're like, well, my team, you know.
I'm out, so I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for the fact that I get a little bit of credit towards next year's fees, I would have been like, well, I got knocked out a month and a half ago. And
I think so did I.
I finally exhausted my supply of Kleenex from the traumatization of it all. But yeah, you've got people knocked out. You've got the other beer league, the winter beer league starting up, and of course people training and playing for higher honours as well, which never helps. That was of course the reason why these games got switched around. I don't know if you showed up early expecting to see a BHL game, but they got a switcheroo because of the amount of players in each BHL team coming back from down south today. The BHL game is meant to be now with the FHL game closing.
Right.
But it's fine by me. It means that Big Rig Eric Richardson can make my Hawks game at 6:45 across town, as opposed to being late due to being on the bench for the Cones right now.
Yeah.
It works. Tigers also get a player back also in the Cones, so it's a little bit of a wash, but Eric's better, so, you know, we'll take it.
No problem. No worries. Yeah, Lachlan's looking forward to the Hawks game tonight. I think she loves to be able to play both player and goalie.
Yeah, it's really, I'll say it for the world to hear on mic. I really actually, you know, love and appreciate the fact that Lachlan likes playing for the Hawks so much when it is just some Div 2 team. I mean, it's the pinnacle of my existence, but for her, she plays Fern, Steel, and goalies for Prems, but she still really is enthusiastic about
Admirals as well.
Oh yeah, of course, it backs up for the Admirals as well. Don't forget that.
What can't that woman do? You know?
Yeah, nothing. You've known her,
and she's planning a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. You've known her literally your whole life, and you can't find something. I've only known her a handful of years, so if you can't figure out something she can't do, I can't. But yeah, no, I think it's really all of us really love and appreciate the fact that she's so into it, when it would be very easy to just be like, I play for all these other high teams. What even is this?
Yeah. No, Lachlan is definitely one of the most humble. There you go, Ashley.
Yeah.
Pass back. Yeah, Lachlan is definitely one of the most humble players I know. She has had so many opportunities, not to diminish the amount of hard work that she's had as well.
Yeah, no, well, it becomes like what do you call it? It's a combination of each, right? Like it's hard work, meeting opportunities, so sometimes there's a tiny bit of luck involved for anyone who gets where they are, but something about luck being hard work, meeting opportunities, so, you know, if you're sitting on the couch and not doing the work, you're still not going to get the
result.
Going to get the luck or result. Oh gosh, we've entered stop time, and now I have to look after this is going to be such a mess. Maybe you viewers at home could just set your own stopwatch so I can focus on hockey and a conversation, or else. But I'll try my best.
Lachlan has just messaged me and said, "Please stop talking about me." So even when she's not at hockey, she's watching hockey.
There you go. Sorry, Lachlan. It's all love, and that's the last thing I'll say. I want to get passes later today, so I'm going to honour that request. Everything getting Tim Maidment cleaning up the...
Will he pass? Will he shoot?
Trying 5-hole and not quite finding it. I guess when he's just been blockering and gloving anything away, you'll try anything at this point. Let's see the Swamp Donkeys have 1 goal on 38 shots, and the Cones have 3 goals on 12 shots, so making the most of their opportunities, you'd say. I don't know why this is showing period 4, because it's clearly not. Lord, what a struggle.
There's a lot of moving parts up here as well as down there.
Yeah. Just trying to do... I'm barely qualified to do one of these jobs, let alone two or 3 of them.
That was some good lucky D right there.
Yeah. Well,
there you go,
hopefully Eric will continue to be right place, right time. And hopefully that guy is the Tiger. Hopefully he dicks around with the puck and not passes it to an empty man just as much later on this afternoon.
I guess time will tell.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think most of the viewers at home have either played in this league or know it, but just in case anyone has found it in a random pocket of the internet, one of the wrinkles of the Hockey House. Well, you just saw another one is if it hits the net, we just play on. We're casual down here. But another one is we're now in 5 minutes of stop time. We have 3 periods, first 2 being 15 minutes each, third being 20, And if the score is within 2 in the regular season or 3 in a playoff game, we'll get stop clock. Stop clock for the last 5 minutes just because it's exciting and now everyone's switched on and starting to care. We have a timeout. I missed which team called it, but
I think Orange, Swamp Donkeys.
Swamp Donkeys.
I'm pretty sure the Cones had one earlier.
That would be, you'd think it'd be the Swamp Donkeys wanting to call it, being that they're the ones trying to get
some
themselves back into the
strategy
game.
going.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be probably just as much resting their top line and talking about at what point Sam Narayan makes escape from the crease to the bench.
One of my favorite things about BHL in the regular season is being able to do the penalty shots in the first 2 periods. I personally hate taking a penalty shot, but I think it's a really great way to make the game move quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I've never actually had to take one. I've never really skated fast enough to get tripped up. So, but I've been working on my skating a lot. Shout out to Phil and his hockey skating at Botany on a Wednesday.
Oh, great. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm relatively still a bad skater, but I'm just less bad than I was 2 months ago. But maybe next season. But sometimes I think the thing that happens in FHL especially is sometimes if 2 people are kind of in the collision, you might see one stand up and start skating to the dot. Then all of a sudden an opposition team is like, no, it's that one. not naming any names. But I mean, especially like there's a big spread of skill discrepancy in the FHL. You've got some Div 2 players like me and then a lot of Div 1 players and then even the odd Prems player. So, if a Div 2 player gets tripped and then a Prems player starts skating to the circle, other teams will be pretty quick to let you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially let the ref know.
Yeah. But I'm sure that's just because they want to see other players get a chance and not out of anything else.
No, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about a bit of fun, and everybody deserves a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
There's been some good puck movement.
Yeah, there has been. I think, we're hitting the end of this season, and both teams having a whole... Oh! And we've got... Still got a stop clock within this time range. We've got another goal to the Cones, and of course this is like the Auckland public transport system, because number 74 for the Cones, Brad Barnes, Punchy announced earlier that he scored in the second period, was his first FHL goal ever.
Oh, wow.
With the timing of it being in the finals, the time that matters most. And now he's just popped up and scored his second goal ever and the second in this finals game to,
if you're going to pull it out, I guess here's the time to pull it out.
But, what a time to score your first 2 goals and quite possibly give your team a 2-1 series lead ahead of the sprint to the finish with
absolutely
definitely a game 4 on Tuesday, and in their case, hopefully not a game 5 on Thursday, but the Swamp Donkeys will be hoping for that.
Yeah, it's
Number 74, Brad Barnes, assistant number 28, Mike Howard.
And Mike will be relieved to get the apple on that one. He got robbed on a breakaway, but he's got 2 apples in this game, so his teammates will forgive him for not scoring his own. Oh, Cones just getting hungry for every puck. Tapper Garcia not able to locate the empty net. I think kind of him. We've got a good crowd, probably about 40 or 50 in attendance. He just wants them to have a little bit more excitement. Don't want to ice the game quite yet. Tim Maidment, I think probably showing signs of being gassed. Normally he can get a lot more energy on his shots, but not quite coming off on that one.
I was just going to say that you can see they've kind of slowed down a wee bit. It's difficult when you now have a minute to get 3, maybe 4 goals to win your game. So
I guess in that situation, you just worry about the first one, and you're playing for. Oops, lost the scoreboard. I think in this situation, you're probably playing just as much for.
Oh!
That was ticketed before it got to the deflection. I don't know whether it's a defender's stick or an attacker's, but it was ticketed top corner before.
It definitely hit the goalie too. Was that Benji that shot that?
Yeah, Benji shot it. Got all.
There is, there's only a few people that I wouldn't get in front of, and Benji is definitely one of them. If you're shooting at me.
I tell a lot of people the story, but it was my first time telling it on a broadcast. But of course, there's sometimes a little bit of hockey etiquette. My first season playing FHL, we were losing 6-0 to the Donkeys, and Potvin wound up.
There's a fight. Look at them go.
Ty and
put
Tim.
a stick down.
Amazing stuff from Rock.
Spencer's getting involved there. Look, small but mighty, that Rock.
Yeah, Rock, absolutely. I believe Rock's a teacher by trade, so probably broken up a few fights in his time, but absolutely no fear at all from one of the smallest men on the ice to get right in the middle of it and say we're not having that in a beer league game. Ty and Tim, I don't want to speculate, but I mean, with only a few seconds left, definitely facing ejections in this game, and they could or could not find themselves watching Game 4 as well.
Yeah,
quite
wouldn't
possibly.
be surprised.
It's not, for those of you tuning in, we're not the NHL, we're all people with day jobs, so they could end up, just going to run a little bit of time off this clock, but we could end up with a couple of suspensions out of this. It's more of a big deal than 5 for fighting here. We've got a lot of opinions on the outcome of that. I believe some friends of Ty's in the crowd are excited. Everyone loves a bargain, and they just got a 2-for-1. They got to see him play a bit of hockey and see him join Fight Club as well.
Absolutely. There's a little bit of
I
discussing
missed
going on.
Did you see what led up to that? Was it just a case of sticks being a bit loose and men getting angry?
I think maybe, is it Tim? Is that Tim?
Yeah, Tim Mayfield is.
Yeah, I think Tim might have got cross-checked from behind in the middle.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure he turned around and probably either said something or maybe gave Ty a swing. And Ty is a hot-headed man at the best of times.
Yeah, those on the broadcast who have played with me or against me before can know that occasionally I get a little bit steamy as well, but I guess it's a case of takes one to know one. I definitely recognize game, and sometimes I'm even like, wow, that guy's angry.
Yeah, I mean, it is a difficult thing to keep level-headed in an aggressive sport like hockey.
Yeah.
I, even myself, have been found to get heated in the moment.
Yeah, I have seen you lay down the law a couple of times in seal games, so it's out there and it's happened. But as you say, it's just because the game happens so fast and played at such an extraordinary pace that I guess your heart rate and adrenaline's always up, and
Absolutely. There's a lot of leading elements that can impact that. Oh.
Yeah.
Hope you're all right
Can
down
be a
there.
tough one. Can be often sometimes in tight games it is cool heads that prevail, but I think especially with 22 seconds, I think it's pretty safe to say that this one's heading to the Cones and they'll take a 2-1 series lead. I mean,
I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yeah. It would take something pretty extraordinary for these games. In fact, even the man serving Ty's penalty decided that he doesn't want Ty to use up the hot water, so Tapper Garcia is also wandering off, which is, I guess if the Swamp Donkey score, someone else from the bench can go and make up 5. But either wants to get there where the showers are too hot or the pre-match beers are too cold. Seb Butterfield showing the exuberance of youth and trying to get that loose puck in the empty net. Paul Bruford gets that. They've stopped the clock, but I'm pretty sure that's going to make it a 5-goal difference, which would let the clock run. And that's, yep, that's game. The two games the Cones have won, they've been outshot, both of them, but the brick wall of Emery can't be solved by the unstoppable force is losing to the immovable object so far in this series. Again, what would you, as I believe you've captained sides before, is that correct?
I think you said when I've captain teams.
Yeah, I mean, you just seem like a leader anyway, so I'll ask you this question.
Okay.
You're in the Swamp Donkey's shoes. You've won one game and dominated the shot count in the two you have lost, but you've got to focus on the next one and get back into the series. What's the chat in the locker room going to be for them?
I guess focus on game by game, especially because they'll have to win the next two. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
to
correct.
Be able
It's
to win.
a best
Yeah.
of 5, and they're down 2-1 now, so they
Yeah.
need 2 wins on the bounce to win the cup.
Yeah, so I guess just focus game by game, almost minute by minute, not to stress and overwhelm yourselves. You add too much pressure, it'll make it too difficult to make it through to the next round. So.
Yeah, and it's an interesting also one for the Cones. I mean, they've been thoroughly outshot, but they're leading the series, so I'm not sure if the talk would be keep doing what they're doing, so I'd probably want to actually be more in the games, but they certainly want to tell Spencer to keep doing what he's doing, and then the rest of them, I don't know, play
Well,
a trap, keep the shots down.
I think for the Cones as well, they're quite good at getting under the donkey's skin over there. Clearly, as we can see by the fight that just happened, there seems to be a lot of heat on the ice at the moment.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just be saying keep on playing that tough-nosed brand of hockey. Maybe not as tough that you're finding yourself sitting in the box, but try and trod that line. So yeah, that's I guess what it is. Cones take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 back here on Tuesday. I can't remember if it's the early game or the late game, but I'll be here because I'll be getting my scrimmage in beforehand and then probably doing this again to either myself or whoever I can rope in. So thank you very much on that account.
No problem. This was actually very fun.
Yeah. Look out for the Auckland Steel and the Ice Ferns on all forms of social media. If you want to plug any of those accounts specifically, please do. Yeah,
just the Auckland Steel on Instagram and Facebook, and the New Zealand Ice Ferns on both as well. Instagram, Facebook. Check us out. YouTube, I believe the links will be up later. The games are streamed, so anything to support some women's hockey.
Yeah, exactly. I hope people get along. So it's a lot of fun. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to put my headset down. You don't have to.
No, I got to go. I got a birthday party. So.
All right. Well, enjoy that. Happy birthday to whoever it is.
Thanks very much, Jakob.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
All right. Have a good night. All right, welcome along to Game 3 of this FHL final between the Toe Dragons and Le Castors. Yeah, ignore the graphic. I don't know how to update. We'll get Punch Dog to do that when he's back up here. Speaking of which, you'll be hearing from Punchy mostly for this game, hopefully. He'll join me shortly. Just running around the arena, being the man of absolutely every job. I've got to head across town to play some Div 2 hockey out at Botany, but I'm looking forward to catching maybe 5-10 minutes of the third game of this BHL series. As was the story with the FHL, this series is locked up at a game apiece coming into this Game 3. So we have the start of effectively another best of 3 starting tonight, with Game 4 definitely happening on Tuesday and possibly a Game 5 on Thursday, who knows. Crowd filling up really nicely again. We had about 20 odd for the start of the FHL final. That swelled to sort of 40, 50-ish, and I'd say we're holding at about 50 to 60 at the start of this BHL game, so we might get even more rolling in. This BHL game was rearranged. It was meant to be the curtain raiser, the first game of the night, but then we realized that basically half of each team was coming back from down south, with both the Admirals and the Swarm being in the South Island for NZIHL action. The Admirals having a weekend. I'll let Punchy set the scene for you. I'll finish that fort. The Admirals had a forgettable time down south. Actually, I won't finish that fort. I'll let Punchy keep going. Andre Kozak took a tumble. Kind of nice to see that international level ice hockey players can also make the fatal mistake that beer leaguers like myself can, which is hitting the ice with your skate guards still on. And if you get on the ice with your skate guards still on, you will hit the ice in the most pure definition of the word. But he appears to be up and moving and fine, so we can all laugh about it now. Might have been a different story if he'd actually hurt himself, but looks fine. Looks like he'll be fine for the start of this game, so we can have a giggle about it. All right, all set for puck drop here in this game 3. I've got to leave in precisely 1 minute, so hopefully it'll be an action-packed first minute, both for my sake for getting to view something, and you might just be getting general rink atmosphere while we wait for Punchy to come replace me. Or maybe I'll see if I can stretch this headset over to Pipsy and he can camera and commentate. If there's anyone who could do two things at once with one of those things being talking, it's my good friend Pipsy. And he's just smiling at that as well. I think this is, Pipsy, this is the quietest I've seen you ever in the 4 or 5 years I've known you. It's quite unsettling even. We've got ourselves an icing call, and certainly Aaron Somerville, the referee, wants to make sure I can see as much hockey as possible, demanding the puck be fired from end to end for him. Of course, got a crew of just 2 refs here in the BHL. It's not a 4-man crew, so players chipping out, helping out with puck retrieval. Always appreciated by the men in stripes. Chung with a solid defensive play there. Ryan McDonald just getting all over the ice like he was in game 2. Defenseman finding himself behind the net, chipping in there. I swear, the man goes coast to coast more often than Steve Gurney. Carried across the line and then promptly picked up by Fusick, making his way out. Couldn't quite connect with Kozak there. Picked up by Damatau. Just how I love the 2 leagues being played at once. Kozak and Damatau were Botany Swarm teammates, along with Luke Simon and Reed Cole of the Castors. All 4 of them down in Queenstown for a 2-game series against the Stampede, of which the Swarm took game 1 and dropped game 2. But now they've barely had time to drop off their luggage at home, grab a quick cup of coffee, get to the rink, and now they find themselves opposing themselves on opposition ends, fighting for BHL glory. And then by midweek, they'll be practicing together again with the Swarm's home opener coming up this weekend. So, yeah, hard to remember who's your friend and foe when the 2 seasons cross over and you have such a merge like that. Chung picking up the puck. The cries off offside being ignored by, was heard by everyone in the crowd, including one of the crowd members who let him know he could be heard, but one of the Toe Dragons protested, said it couldn't be heard, but sorry, Rico Vesey was the man, called for the intentional offside, which sent it all the way back. Everyone else could hear you. Anyway, sorry, about 2 minutes after I said I'd leave, so hopefully Punchy's going to come up here and give you some actual commentary. I'm out of here. Let's go Hawks. We've got a trophy to start defending. Oh, fuck, I never started the clock either. Oh, and they just heard my swear words, maybe. I also realised I've got to start the clock. Or change the teams. So basically everything even. But yeah, sweet. Have a good one. See you on Tuesday.
And here we go. It's a pleasure being with you here on the stream. Didn't quite work out the way that we wanted to in that first game. But we got it started off pretty early here. And we got our first goal of the game, folks. It looks like it's going to be Reed Cole. Reed Cole on the goal. And that's for an early Castors lead. And the offside is called on the play. Not everybody agrees with it. But the 4'3" referee, The Rock, is not going to stand for it. He says, I saw it. You're just going to have to deal with the way I saw it. There's a heck of a group of fans here tonight at Avondale Square Gardens. Very good showing for the Hockey House playoffs, just proving that this is one of the best leagues in the country at the recreational level. It's Dima Koptev who chased Kozak into the corner. Kozak will spin off the wall, kick one up to the point. It's intercepted by Delmato. He'll push it across to McDonald. McDonald will come in and have a shot on Emery. Emery will make the initial save. It'll wrap around in the corner. McDonald plays it down to Kadlik. Kadlik with the return. McDonald and Kadlik playing catch now in the corner. Kadlik will try to go up front, but he's stopped in his tracks by Ian Wanamaker. Andre Kozak rounds around the net. Bursts across center. Oh, and he stood up in the line by Delmato. Delmato recovers, jumps up, makes a nice little toe drag around Peranto, and he finds the short side of the net. Simon gives a shove onto Peranto in the corner. Drop down to Dimitov. Koptev spins, throws it out front, and it's batted out of the air by Ivan Delmato. What an absolutely beautiful goal. It's tossed out front by Koptev, and Delmato just straight bats it out of the air to tie this game. Things like that you just can't teach, folks. So we got a 1-1 game here with 8:30 remaining in the first. And I'm joined here on the stream with Dave Colo. How you doing, buddy?
Good, bud. How you doing?
Good.
That way? Okay. There we go.
There you go. How you doing, Colo?
You're doing pretty good. 4 games this week. I should be dead by now.
So how do you feel now, knowing that you're pretty much you're a solid 50-minute performance away from getting a championship?
I'm not getting ahead of myself there, mate. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I said one shift at a time. We'll get there. One shift.
What has been the secret so far to get yourself into these games against such a dominant opponent that's been so good in the first 3 games?
Mate, it's old-time hockey, clutch and grab, a little bit of dirty stuff. We get in there, get him. I got a penalty tonight because I had to hit him. I got tripped.
They call that veteran moves.
It is,
right?
it is.
It's veteran quality moves.
80 Shore, 80 Shack.
So Tappan will get it behind the net. Tappan moves it out to McDonald. Ooh, Rice has a big shot from the point. It's kept in on the other side by VC. VC draws it back to Virgil. Virgil's pass is intercepted. It's shoved up the wall to Kozak.
Kozak, here we go.
Two. Shoves it.
Oh, there we go.
And Reed Cole.
Hey, there we go.
We got a 2-1 game
Old-time hockey. Let's go, boys.
And look at that. Just like that, Reed Cole has put the Castors up 2-1.
Oh, man, what a goal. Kozak through the legs. He was on fire.
And these guys you're talking about earlier about playing 4 games this week, these guys have played 5 this week.
Rock. Come on, ref.
Five this
Come
week.
on, ref. Put your glasses on. Stand up, Rock.
And he looks like he's going to nab Gary Goodall.
Gazer.
For hooking.
That wasn't too good, eh?
And Gaza's telling him, you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Hey, Rock. I'm watching you. Stand up.
And as you can see, my cohort is talking smack to the referee, and the game is over. But yeah, you were saying you've played a lot of games this week. Is there anything better than playing a lot of games in a week, though?
No, mate. I'm exhausted. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place.
And talking to that, we got many players in this game. About 4 or 5 players for the Dragons, another 2 or 3 playing for the Castors. All played this weekend down south. Most of them just flew back, got off planes just hours ago to be here for Game 3. Luke Simon being one of them. He'll throw it in off the pads, and Spencer Emery makes another diving save. What can you say about this Spencer Emery, who's been called up? He's e-bugging now for the Castors in the finals, playing back-to-back games. What kind of player has he been for you guys this year?
Mate, he just stands on his head. I get a penalty, I don't even worry about it because I know he's got my back, and I've had a few penalties in the last couple of games, and he stoned them. So,
the word denied is written across the back of his jersey, and I think it's an apt name for him.
Yep.
So here we go. The Dragons will go back to the power play here. McDonald will step in. Ooh, and he had the corner picked, and he threw it just over top. Simon keeps it in at the line. Simon will move it back to the point. Koptev throws it down deep to Wimmer. Wimmer, fresh off a suspension, got suspended after game 1 with a low blow hit to Shane Jordan. Shane Jordan, our love and prayers are with him. I know he's home recovering. Hopefully he's here, he's watching the stream. Sees his team up by 1, but fighting on the penalty kill here. Simon, after playing with it at the blue line, finally gets a shot on net. Delmato back to McDonald. McDonald tries to go cross crease to Koptev. Simon, across to Delmato.
He
but
waited
wrapped
too
it off
long.
the side of the net. Gaza will return to the play.
Hey.
Another save by Emery. It's a bit of a shooting gallery here. McDonald throws it down low to Koptev. Koptev back out to McDonald, but it's intercepted by Kozak. They go off the wall, hitting Gaza coming straight out the box. Luke Simon will turn back. Simon will bank one in. Wimmer will get it off the knee and back into play. Kozak finds Reed Cole. Reed Cole shoots from a weird angle, and Jaden Pert will squeeze it against his chest for a buzzer. For a face-off. So the Dragons come into this being the defending champions and absolutely getting shell-shocked in game 2. They had a 2-goal lead with less than 3 minutes left, only to watch the Castors come back, pull the goalie, tie the game, and win it in overtime. Tie this series. So both teams are looking to get an edge and get where you are, Davey, one step away from holding the cup.
Mate, I don't even think about it. I'm just one shift at a time.
That a boy.
I tell the guys, don't even fucking talk about it. Don't think about it. One shift at a time, and fuck me, get some shots. 11 shots in the game.
Just keep them coming, baby. All right, Virgil will move it
Let's
up.
go.
Tapping couldn't
There we go.
handle it. We got a breakaway pass to Kozak. Kozak will spin, and Jaden Rupert recovers and makes the stop.
He almost had that one.
Ooh, that was a close, quick play.
A bit of a hook there, I'd say, but that's okay. Got away with it. Old-time hockey, playoff hockey. Rock's
That
letting
is
them
the
play,
one.
which is good.
So we'll have Fusick with Kozak and Hidvigi with Chung and Wanamaker on the back end against the kid line. John Snell will get a breakaway from center. He'll rip one into the glove of Emery. It bounces out, though.
Good old Spencer.
Wanamaker shoves it around. Richie Calzo, longtime 12-year veteran of the BHL. He'll chip it down into the corner. Fusick will push it up the wall, but Delmauta is there to recover. D to D, he'll go to Calzo. Calzo will shoot it up to Haberkern. Luke Haberkern in his first season as a BHLer. Wearing number 2 out there for the Dragons. Kozak will get it back at the point. It's kept in by Wanamaker. Wanamaker will have a shot. Jaden Pert just steers that into the corner. Delmato will come across the line. He'll chip one in for Haberkern, but it's blocked by Chung. Wanamaker on the recovery. Gives it away to Delmato. Delmato hits Wimmer. He misses the broadside of the barn. Kozak flips it up to Hidvigi. Hidvigi's going to get a shot, and it goes wide. Haberkern with a little steer to Kadlik. Kadlik gets it poked away from him by Wanamaker. Fusick throws it down deep to Wanamaker. Wanamaker will challenge Simon for the puck in the corner. A little bit of chippiness in the corner there. Kadlik will step over the line. Oh, we got some love. We got some love being shown by the two of these guys. And we got Simon and Wanamaker. will head
Get
to
in the
head to
box and feel
sit down.
shame!
That's
Shame!
As time winds down here, that's going to bring us to the end of the period. It's going to bring us to the end of the period. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in terms of penalties.
Coincidental, that's it.
Summer.
Oh,
So it looks like it's going to go. We're gonna have
yeah,
4-4
baby.
hockey here in the second period.
one, go ahead.
Wanamaker and
Want a beer?
Wanamaker and Luke Simon got it in pretty good there.
Shoot a woman?
Should roll it. So it looks like Ian Wanamaker, number 4 for the Castors, he's going to get a 2-minute roughing. And he's going to be joined by number 43.
He's right.
He's going to be
He just
joined by
took- I think
number
he's taking a
43,
piss.
Luke Simon. They're each going to have offsetting penalties.
Good call, ref. Even it up.
I think in a game that's this tight, where
It's playoff
you're looking
hockey.
for a game up in the series,
Yeah.
you'd rather see them go 1-for-1, get them each, don't discipline one over the other.
Makes it fair. I think it's good.
Try to
good
send a
reffing.
message to the
Let
rest
him play.
of
Let
the
him play.
group. Try to send a message to the rest of the group that the chippiness isn't quite needed. But as we go along here, we're going to go into the second period. The shots at this point, Castors leading in that department 8-5. Looks like the goaltender Spencer Emery there had to have a little visit to the little boy's room, sort out a couple things.
Second game in a row. He must be getting tired.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. But he has been impressive.
He just loves to
He
play
has
that
been
boy.
impressive, Spencer Emery. The way that he's absolutely torn through this playoff season. With the FHL, he's been easily one of the top goaltenders, posting 4 shutouts and an absolutely sparkling .81 goals against average. He's now well on his way to securing the FHL MVP honors. I can't imagine seeing anybody else claim that award.
Now, it's his to lose.
Even going back to like the '93 NHL playoffs, I could see him doing a John Sebastian Jaguar type thing, in which you don't actually, if you don't take the cup, you still get the MVP.
Yep.
He's played that kind of hockey.
Oh, he is.
And not only that, he's been playing back-to-back in the finals.
It's like Connor McDavid last year with the Conn Smythe. He won it. They lost. Didn't even come out and get it. He is the man.
I'm not quite sure why the second man is required in the box.
They got 4 minutes. They only got 2.
It should be.
Penalty and instigation? Who knows?
Yo! Oh!
Oi! Rock! Rock!
Summer!
Summer!
4-on-4.
Extra 2.
No, he did. Exactly. 4-on-4. should be 4-on-4. When he gets out, they get the power play. Why is there two guys? Exactly, but take him out. Incorrect, though. Incorrect. Wrong. Fucking wrong. Why is it Biggie got a thermal penalty? It's a 4-minute fucking major.
Yeah. Yeah, 4-on-4, that guy gets out and then they got a penalty. They got a power play.
I don't exactly understand why the refs have done what they've done on this. I don't. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. But anyways, back to the game. Wimmer will put it back up to McDonald.
Oh, Rico. Rico with the goal.
Oh, sorry, boys. We went a little quiet there on the screen. On the stream. Trying to wear a lot of hats here. Tappan will get it down in the corner. We now have a 2-2 game after the Dragons finished off the power play.
Spencer with the save.
Oh no. Oh no. Kozak will pick it up, and Kozak will
Oh! Karma.
And just like that, the Castors are up.
Just like that, Karma comes back.
And the Castors will go up 3-2. Marku wins it, but Kozak's the first one there. Kozak to Fusick, couldn't quite finish. Wimmer will get it on the back end. Wimmer will skate across, it's chipped down into the zone. Chunger will go back to recover. Chunger puts it to Bronto, shoves it along to Gaza. Gaza will dump it the length of the ice, and that's going to go for icing. That's going to go for icing. So with 11 minutes. With 10:35 left in the period. Oh, and that one gets rattled off the iron.
Rico.
Rico Suave puts it off the iron.
Jeez, Rico. Rico with the post. Yep. Yeah, Rico got the last goal. Beautiful.
And with 10 minutes left, we have a 1-goal game here for the Castors. Goes back to the point to Simon. Simon down to VC. VC up top to McDonald. McDonald to get a shot and caught to Barry. And Cop Devil Barry. And he's chirping. He's chirping. He gave Wani a little tap on the butt as he skated past him there.
Tell ya. They got a short bench tonight. They're getting tired by the looks of it.
We definitely got a game, folks.
We got a game. 3-0.
It's 3-3. 9 minutes left. Wani will come back. He'll survey the field. Kozak gets a stick on it. He'll negate the icing. Burgel will take it down below the net. Burgel will come out from behind the net. He'll hit Kyle McDonald. McDonald to hit Del Mato going through the middle. Del Mato receives a slash on the shins. It goes uncalled. It hits up to Kozak. Kozak will mess around with it a little bit. Gives it to Bronto. Bronto hits Cole, who gives it back down to Kozak. It's recovered by Tappan. Two Dudes, Tom Tappan. New distribution deal for Two Dudes down over in Australia. You ever use that cream, Davey? You ever use that cream on your body, that Two Dudes?
No, I haven't done that.
You never had Two Dudes screaming all over your body?
No, mate.
Oh, you need to get Two Dudes screaming on your body, buddy. I'm telling you, I know a guy.
I've had two
loves
mothers.
Dudes. Oh, gosh. Jeez, let's not go there. Two Dudes is actually, I think, some beautiful face creams delivered by BHL's own Tom Tappan. Just bursting into the Australian face cream scene. And it looks like we got a call here. Aaron's explaining himself.
Oh, come on, Summer.
I guarantee you there's at least 5 to 10 stories in this conversation. It's hot. Some beautiful DJing down there. It'll be VC and Cole on the draw. Cole back to hit Viggy. Hit Viggy over to Kozak. He'll get a shot on net. VC will try to chip it by, but the veteran Kozak knocks it out of the air. Comes back to him at the point. He tries to play it back. Beautiful play by Haberkern and VC. They steal it off him. VC with a cross-ice pass to Snell. Snell will get it and pass it to no one. Absolutely no one. Nice
He should have shot the biscuit.
to nobody. I think he was a little surprised they even got that pass in the first place.
It's a good
Wani will
knockdown.
step
It was a
over
good
nice and
knockdown.
calm, put it down to Reed Cole, but it's taken by VC, kept in by Kozak. Again, Haberkern and VC are all over Kozak. Kozak now gets pushed off the puck. He'll turn back. Kozak will take the line, go down in the corner, find Cole coming out. Cole goes for the far post. Snell will dump it out, and Bronto will be back to recover. Bronto will circle back in his zone. He'll step over the line. He'll dump it down deep. And it's shift around to Kozak. Kozak will get it on the wall. He shoots just inches high, and it'll wrap all the way around and go out on the other side. Cole will go back to recover. Cole picks it up, uses his own net as a shield. Now he finds Kozak. He gets through a bunch of people, but jumps over Kozak's stick. Luke Simon will come back and regroup. Luke Simon feeling the pressure off of Wani. Kadlik, he'll step by. He'll feel a little bit of a hit from Hit Viggy. McDonald heads into the corner against Wanamaker. Kozak chips the play. And he'll have a
But he was gone.
Summer. 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 And unfortunately, that play, a rule that we do have here in the BHL, if you take 6 minutes of penalties in a game, you are automatically ejected. So unfortunately, that is going to end Ian Wanamaker's night with 4 minutes and 18 seconds here.
Look at the bench.
With 4 minutes and 18 seconds, Ian Wanamaker will head to the room. That'll end his night. The penalty will be served by number 11, Robert Hidvigi. And Simon moves it over to Delmato. Delmato in the bumper position, gives it to Koptev. Gazza will wrap it around, but it's picked up by Delmato. Delmato sling it across to Ryan McDonald. Koptev will take it low. Koptev will come out top. Give it to Delmato, back to Koptev. Koptev down to Simon. A full NZIHL power play here.
Passing around pretty
all
good.
5 players from the NZIHL.
But they're boxing them out pretty good.
Ryan McDonald will get it back on the point. He'll take a shot. That'll go wide.
Here we go.
And he'll be
He was
stopped by
gone.
Luke Simon. Simon will step out.
Yeah,
Spence
Spencer.
makes a beautiful save to keep them within. So with three minutes left here, Spencer Emery turns away another one. It'll be Fusick and Delmato on the draw. Simon wins it across, puts it out to McDonald. McDonald will spin it around to Delmato. Delmato up top to Simon. Simon misses the handle for a second, enough to throw the play off course. Number 3, Matt Fusick, fiercely fights in the corner for it. Comes out to Koptev. Koptev played one back to the point, but nobody was there to catch it.
Penalty's over, 4 seconds. We're back to full strength. Here we go.
Delmato over
Oh!
the line, finds Koptev, but it slips off and he can't find the handle. Back to Delmato.
Oh!
Delmato misses the net. Goes down low to Kyle McDonald. Kyle McDonald drops it down low to Koptev. Koptev with a fake pass finds Virgil coming off the bench. Emery steered that one to the corner. Tap in. Throws it down deep for Koptev. Koptev and Peranto give a battle. Fusick will step inside, and he'll give it away to McDonald. McDonald will come over the blue line. He's got help with him. He puts one off a foot. Tappan's there to recover it. Tappan chucks it back up the half wall to McDonald. And Virgil will keep it in the zone. Cole will now break out on a 3-on-2, but Tappan makes it all the way back to get the steal. Tappan will try to fire across ice. Koptev will pick it up on the side. Tries to go across what Peranto made
too
a
many
beautiful
men.
play.
Too many men.
It looked close like a too many men penalty there, but that's not going to be the verdict. And Ryan McDonald to hit Delmato coming off the bench. Chunger will float around. Hidvigi's there to make a play. John Snell will throw it back down low to Haberkern. Haberkern hits Simon at the top. Simon misses the net by a mile. Goes down to Kozak. Kozak with a lazy one-handed play. Ends up being a turnover for Delmato. A beautiful block shot by Chunger. Hidvigi and Gaza will give chase down low. Goes to Kozak in the corner. Kozak gives it back to Gaza. Gaza tries to give it back to Kozak. But Haberkern's there for the steal. Simon puts one off the side of the net. And that's going to do it for
End
two.
of the second.
And that's going to do it for 2 periods, folks.
Yeah, we got a tight one here, Cam.
We do.
Sure, the casters are getting a little bit tired. They got a short bench.
It is one heck of a game. This is the way it should be. It's the way it should be in a finals. A game 3 going into period 3 being 3-3. It's kind of the way it should be, right?
It's the way it should be. You worked all the way to the end of the season to get to the final, and it's a tight, close game. It's always nice to lose by a tight game.
It's good to have you here on the stream there, Santa Claus.
Santa loves a tight game.
So, Dave, how many seasons have you played now?
Oh, this is my 4th season.
4th season?
Fourth season. I never played fucking Summer League ever, and this has been the best time I've had. I'll tell you, it's awesome.
That's good. Good to know.
Going for tacos after this. Taco time, baby.
Nobody jumping in on the. Oh yeah. Well, we bid adieu to our cameraman Alex Phipps there.
It's past Phipsy's bedtime. He's going home to have a sleep.
And it looks like to start the period, the Castors would be serving a 4-minute penalty to start the third. So as if they weren't up against it already. Already having Ian Wanmaker left the game due to a penalty exceeding the penalty minutes. So it looks like it'll be Reed Cole serving it. So Reed Cole will sit down in the box and he will serve a 4-minute penalty.
Oh, what do you get that one for? They got the young guns on there.
Tie. 4-minute penalty. 4. So here they go, the Dragons. Their power play has been stellar tonight. They've gotten 2 of the 3 goals on the power play. And just as I say that, turnover out of the zone.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get 4 minutes to work here. And when you get a dick penalty in the BHL, it is served like a major. Therefore, you can continue to rack it up. You don't have to. Nobody gets out of the box if you score. The time continues to tick, and it's actually a massive game changer. In this situation, the rule is, with the BHL and the FHL, if the BHL team cannot dress 10 players and they start the second period and have less than 10 skaters on their bench, that means that they automatically serve a penalty to start the third.
Well, that's a minute gone of the penalty. Doing a good job. Oh, there we go.
The jaw will come outside.
Burn up some more time. Here we go.
So we have 2:47 remaining in the penalty. Simon will burst it up across the line. He'll turn back, and he's checked by Fusick. Moved across to McDonald. McDonald puts it right off the abominable snowman.
He covers that. Gee whiz. Well done, Spencer. Nothing bouncing off
I'd
him.
like to welcome some people who are at home watching the stream. Feel free to comment and say hello to us. Let us know where you're calling from and who you're cheering for. Del Mato moves it back up to McDonald. Del Mato across to Simon. Simon puts it off a leg. I don't know how many block shots Eric Chung has tonight, but it's got to be up there around the double digits now.
Oh, there's a penalty.
Oh, we got another penalty.
We're
coming
evened up, baby, evened up.
And there you go.
There we
Ryan
go.
McDonald is found on the back door, and you knew that was happening.
Well,
You absolutely knew that that was happening. The way he crept in from the point. And the Dragons will take a 4-3 lead.
we got a 4-3 game. We've got 17 minutes left. Let's go.
With 17 minutes left. Oh, and a nice collision on the board there.
Old-time
Chung
hockey.
will fight back. Chung and Kadlec will go to war in the corner. Toronto will come out of the corner. He finds Kozak on the rip. Kozak cut to the middle, just what he loves to do. But he does not get a shot away. Cole looking to step out of the box. And Toppin will push it down around in behind the zone. Rice is down in the corner. Rouse is down in the corner. He'll get the pass, give back to Toppin. Toppin will wrap it around to Rouse. Rouse puts it off the wall, and Toppin had retreated to the middle.
Here we go. Oh, offside.
And it'll get wound down into the zone. Chunger will throw that one on net into the glove of Jaden Pert, and he'll play it down into the corner. Comes around to Burgel. Burgel gives it up to Haberkern. Chunger will bring it back. He pushed it off the wall, but it's right to the waiting stick of Toppin. Toppin will curl out of the corner. Goes right across the crease. I don't even think Spencer Emery saw that. He didn't really move on the play. Uh-oh, and this is not the two guys that you want on the break. It's Kozak and Reed. Luke Simon lost a stick on the play. And we got another penalty coming up to Castors. And again, this is not the team. This is definitely not the team that you want. To put onto the power play.
Yeah.
They're three for five so far tonight on the power play. They've been absolutely stealth.
They're playing like the Cones. Get a penalty. Get a penalty.
So it goes back to the point to Simon. Simon down to Koptev. Koptev up to Simon. Back down to Koptev. Nice save by Emery on that play.
Oh, Spencer with it.
These fellas do move the puck around pretty well.
He's doing everything he can, but they just keep on getting penalties.
Yeah, three of these players here on the recent gold medal winning team. Koptev and Dalmato. Koptev brings it around. He circles the wagons, gives it down to McDonald. McDonald's looking for a shot. He throws it across the middle to VC. He doesn't have nothing. Simon makes a beautiful play to knock that one down. Give it across to Dalmato. Dalmato drops it into Koptev. Koptev goes back off the wall to Simon. Simon throws it down low to VC, but it's picked off.
Oh,
Del
Spencer
Mato
with the save.
stick lift, and he gets it back. Toronto takes it. He'll put it off the wall, but it's kept in by McDonald. McDonald will now step in from the point, and he fired it wide. And Kozak will shove that one the length of the ice. With
30 seconds left in the penalty.
12:40 remaining. And just 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. Del Mato wheels around. He's got Simon streaking with him. Simon with the stick around. No goal.
High stick. There we go.
And it's no goal. It's called no goal.
Spencer
on a high
called
stick.
that one just to help him out. Well done, Rock. There you go, Rock. Well done.
Rock says that was a high stick.
That was a
And
high
Rock would
stick.
know because everything's over his head.
Yep, I think he's still sitting down, Rock. Come on, stand up, Rock.
Clearly. I unfortunately in the BHL we do not have that amazing replay that we wish we had.
I got it.
But I can tell you right now that was easily over the crossbar.
Oh, we didn't need the replay. Spencer was right there to tell him.
That's right. And Hidvigi will
We're
resume
back
play, and
to
we're
5
back
on
to
5. Here we
hockey.
go.
11:40 remains here in the third. Oh, and Kozak tries to hit Hidvigi, but it pops over a couple of feet. It's waved off. Toppin will wrap one off the big metal pipe on the roof. And we'll get an out of bounds.
We've got 11 minutes left in the third period. Let's go.
So here we go with 11 minutes left. The Castors are in prime position to do what they always do, which is never quit and come back late. Toppin steps over the line.
Oh,
and
smothers
he rips
it.
one into the breadbasket of Spencer Emery. Spencer Emery easily, now tonight, Spencer Emery easily over 65 to 70 saves on the evening, if you include the game that he played earlier and the game he's in the midst of now. Rouse will drop it down to Kyle McDonald. Reed with a stick left.
Oh, there we go.
Kozak pokes it by him.
Oh.
Kozak almost loses an edge. Burgill's there to hound him. It takes a funny bounce off the Zamboni door. It's kept in by Chung at the point. He'll get one through, but it does not get all the way through to the net. Toronto's there to recover. Toronto loses it. Snell comes off the bench and gives it away. Just in time to give it away. Kozak's found on the far side by Chung. And he fires it into the feet of Toppin. Toppin throws it across Toronto with the save. Gives it to Rito. Back to Toronto. Oh, and Toronto almost gets a chance to bat one out of the air. And it's covered by Jaden Pert. And Jaden Pert will cover it up with 9:25 remaining in the third. Pretty good attendance tonight. We got a nice crowd of people. And Jordy's just telling us about his two favorite people.
I think he was opening
A
the
good
curtains
solid 40 some odd in attendance tonight. Beautiful Sunday afternoon as we peer across the rink and into the parking lot. We can see the sun is shining.
Oh,
Still,
beautiful day.
although it's quite chilly in here. That could be just the beer going down. And Reed Cole will get it on the half wall. He's looking cross ice. Hits Toronto coming out of the zone. Toronto gets it past one. Hops over the stick of Gaza. Del Mato will get it. He'll take the blue line. He'll have a shot again into the shin pads of Chung. I swear if there was an award for block shots, Eric Chung would have it. Andre Kozak steps into the zone. Batted down by D'Amato. Kept in by Simon.
Oh,
And Simon throws a cheeky one. Throws a cheeky one on net that Emery would definitely love back. Unfortunate one, unlucky on the play. Just along the ice, one of those really, really tough shots to stop. I know Spencer Emery would love to have that one
caught
back.
him off guard with that one. That was a sneaky one.
Just see his initial reaction as it went past him there. And Spence is there to snag that one out of the air. Rico Vesey got a chance right off the draw. So the draw will be down in the zone with 7-11, just like Slurpee, always open, baby.
Come and get a hoagie.
John Pronto come out of the zone. Gets it across to Kozak. Up to Chung. Chung throws it down. Fusick makes a play at the line. It's kept in by Hivigi. Hivigi with a nice little play out to
Rico.
VC now. And VC just ripped one.
Rico
off the
snipes
post.
one off the post.
And Rico Suave VC makes it a 6-3 lead for the Dragons. Just simply giving them a bit too much space there.
Yeah.
And really, really unfortunate with Ian Wanamaker being out now that he just did not get a chance to finish.
They're getting tired, the boys. They got a short bench.
Yeah, on a night with a short bench, it's a really, really tough one to lose a guy maxing out on the penalties, especially a guy as good as him on the back end. He's a very good stalwart of the game, and to minimize the time and space of these Dragons players, he's the type of guy you're going to need. Beautiful play there by Luke Simon.
Oh, nice glove save by
Spencer Emery
Spencer.
rips that one out of the air. Not going to let that happen to himself twice. So here we are as we wind down the Castors. Are trailing 6-3. With just over 5 minutes remaining. It goes into the feet of Chung. Hivigi will push it forward. Gets it over to Cole. Cole will get it, but it's steered to the corner by Pert. McDonald tries to get out of the zone, but he can't get out of the way of his own player. Simon spins the wagons. He'll move it across to his D partner, McDonald. McDonald will bring it up across center. He breaks the line. Beautiful little
save
move by McDonald.
Beautiful save by
Toronto
Spencer there.
looks for Reed on the far side, but nobody challenges him, so he'll come in. Rito got afraid of Burgel there. Burgel will move up to play with John Snell. Snell down to Haberkern, but it's just outside of his arms. Toronto will come around the far side, and he'll give it to Cole. Cole gives it up to Gaza. Gaza will just dump it in, and he'll go for a change. Castor's looking absolutely gassed here in the late stages. It's starting to be that the lactic acid's starting to build up in the legs, and it's starting to become a longer night for these fellas. With only 3:50 remaining, another steal at the line by Koptev. Koptev chucks it in. Spencer chips it to the corner with the stick. Fusick steals one off the half boards. The Castors need to make something happen, and they need to make it happen quick.
Whoa!
And just like that, on cue, Fusick made a couple dangles at center. But
Lost
the
it,
Dragons
got it back,
control
and
back
lost
into the
it again.
zone. Burgel around to D'Amato. D'Amato whips it around to Kadlik. Kadlik will cut to the middle. He'll be going up with Toppin. Toppin come across the line. Toppin will get a shot, and that's going to make it 7-3, and no longer will the clock stop. in this game.
Ty.
Ty.
There you go.
So with 3 minutes left, this is all but done. The Dragons here, barring an absolutely impeccable comeback here. And just like that, and John Peranto lays the body. And John Peranto laid the body off the draw right at Dalmato.
4 minutes.
He dropped him. That's going to be a 4-minute penalty for being a dick with a deliberate body check. Oh, you never like to see that happen. Frustrations are high, but in a game like this, oh my God,
What
two
a
wonderful saves by Spencer Emery. Jaden Purtle come out to play it. Plays it right into Kozak's body. Kozak threw it at the net, but the veteran Richard Cowsell kicked it away. Kadlik has it. He'll stop short. Still in his feet. Kadlik finally gets down to Koptev in the corner. Koptev gives it to 91 Dalmato. Dalmato put it right into the breadbasket of Spencer Emery.
Well, we got a minute and 40 seconds left. I think the boys are a bit tired out there, Cam.
Oh, absolutely. And in this game,
A bit shattered.
they've played one heck of a game. But it just comes down to the bodies. The bodies are just not enough.
Bodies and penalties. I think
When you
they
look
had
at the two benches, you have a full bench on one side, you have 8 guys on the other side. It just makes it a really long night. Makes it very, very tough if you find yourself in a rut, which the Castors have. And a centering pass, there's just a minute left now. Hidvigi will go down behind his net and turn around, take a slap shot from half. It's gonna be waved off on the
the
icing.
frustration is starting to show. There's Rico.
VC will come through. And VC kicks an absolute field goal. And that could almost all but end it, as
30 seconds left.
with
I
this
think we're
type of
done.
lead and a 4-goal lead, the clock will just run down. There's 24 seconds left.
I think Kozak's arguing about the running
18
time.
seconds. Kozak's whining about something. And that's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Doesn't matter.
That's going to do it. The Dragons are now one game away from becoming the backyard back-to-back champions. Well, you'll catch us for Game 4 on Tuesday night. Hopefully we match up a little bit of the audio. We get it a little bit better than this time. But I'm Punchy. This is Colo. And we gone.
Taco time.
It's taco time. Woo!